Jordan Clarkson and the Utah Jazz welcome in Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, Saturday night hoops got really competitive really quickly between these two teams. How about James Harden finding Joel for three? And at the half, it's the Sixers by 10. No need to waste your time. Y'all know you're on your grind. We go right to the second half where Jordan Clarkson and Taylor Horton-Tucker put in some work. Jazz closing in on the Sixers. Clarkson, another floater. He's been so good. His first year starting in Utah following the Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert trades. Harden's been good his entire career, the bearded one. Had an 18-point fourth quarter. He was lining them up, and give him credit, he was knocking them down. Harden, oh, this looking like Houston James Harden. That's nasty. Sixers back up by 5. Trying to put Utah away in Salt Lake City. That's never easy, especially with Clarkson doing stuff like that. 3 of his 38 points. Jazz down by 5. Look around. It's Clarkson at the top of the key, which means Clarkson is open and about to knock down a 3. 2-point game, 2:30 to go. Easy pass from Harden. He had 11 assists over to Shake Melton, who's talking his noise as he goes back down court after a big-time bucket. Oh, reliable. How about Mike Conley responding with a 3 of his own? Utah loving what they see. It's a 1-point game down the stretch. Look at this tip in by Walker Kessler. Looks like the Jazz have found them a new big of the future. He had a double-double in this one. And then there's Clarkson again. 1-point game. Who you going to call on? Harden had the high hand in the fourth, but the Sixers go to their superstar, and it's Embiid delivering with the go-ahead bucket. He had 30. Jazz been in a lot of tight games this year. They need a bucket. Down 1 with 6 seconds to go. Clarkson shoots it over the goal, and it's Philly holding on by the thinnest of hairs to beat the Jazz 118 to 117. In a recent interview, how about Jordan Clarkson telling the Philippine media that he believes he should be in consideration for an all-star nod? The game will be in Salt Lake City, Utah, which is the current team that Clarkson plays for. He said, I think I'm playing at an all-star caliber. I know we got to win more games before the all-star break to kind of push us up to the top of the West. But I think I've been playing at a high level. I know in the West they've got a lot of talented guards, but I feel like I can represent Utah, the Philippines, at the all-star game if it happens. It would be exciting if it happens. Yeah. Who he talking to? Who is he talking to? Like, who is Jordan Clarkson talking? Like, so he acknowledged what I was really about to say. I was about to tell you, Jordan Clarkson is playing unbelievable basketball. He's right about that. It would be great to see him represent the Philippines. He's right about that. He also admitted something else. He said there are a lot of great guards in the West. Yeah. Off the top of my head, without even thinking, this is not like a planned out video. All I had was that quote in my mouth, which I run a lot. The West is loaded at the guard. So here's how it kind of is going down right now in the NBA as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. Salt Lake City, I will be there. All right, I'll be there. Your boy will be there. Out East, there's nothing but great forwards. A few great guards. Out West, there's nothing but great guards. A couple great forwards. So I'm sorry, Jordan Clarkson. I'm so sorry. There's no way you can make that game. I'm sorry. And you've been balling. Your first year started in the post-Donovan Mitchell era in Utah. It would be great for the league if they had two guys. Look, when these small markets get the games, I think it's great that, you get a couple guys. Like last year, Cleveland was able to get in Garland and Allen. They might mess around and get 3 guys in this year. We'll see I don't know about that one, actually. It's great for the game to see these teams get guys in when the All-Star game's in their city. It's a big deal. It really is a big deal for the league. It's really great marketing for these teams, especially with some of the lower markets getting the All-Star game right now. But Clarkson, come on, bro. You ain't even, no. Off the top of my head, Steph Curry obviously is going to be an All-Star. Ja Morant obviously will be an All-Star. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will be an All-Star. One of those guys is not going to start. All right? Do you understand what we're doing here? Like, one of those guys is not going to start in the All-Star game. Out the gate, we're already off to a ridiculous start. Those three and how they're playing this year, Luka Doncic as well is an All-Star. By the way, two of those guys are not going to start. I'm sorry, I didn't even mention. They got Luka at point. So two of those guys are not going to start. You hear what I'm saying? Two of those guys are not going to start in the All-Star game this year. No disrespect to Clarkson. He's not playing better. He's not asked more of those four guys. As a matter of fact, he hadn't even been the Jazz's best player. It's been Lauri Markkanen. Lauri's got a chance. He's a forward in the West, and he's put up some spectacular numbers. He's got a real shot. I'd even say he will have a legitimate chance at making the game. Outside of LeBron and Jokic for the forwards, we're talking about Anthony Davis and Zion making the game. Probably, but they're very injured. After that, Lauri Markkanen's got a great shot. But before I even say Jordan Clarkson, there's a guy in New Orleans by the name of CJ McCollum that has been balling out this year. I can't put Clarkson over CJ this year. I think CJ, if there's a spot left, right? If they got us, because when the coaches do it, they can kind of play around. It doesn't have to be so many guards or so many forwards. They can pick whoever they want. I think that last guard spot, if Lauri Markkanen gets in, like as one of the votes, I think that last guard spot it's got to go to CJ McCollum for me. I'm sorry, Jordan Clarkson. You won't be in the game this year, bro. You scored rock, but just the level of play of some of these other guards out west, it's just not this year, bro.